Hello everyone, welcome to Pratibha Tech. In this video, we will solve the problem of the day question on GeeksForGeeks for 1st March 2023. The problem statement for today is update queries. This problem is based on arrays data structure. Let's now open this problem. Let's understand the problem first. Here it is given an array of an element. Initially, all a of I is equal to 0. Q query needs to be performed. Each query contains 3 integers L, R and X, and you need to change all a of I to a of I or X. This is bitwise OR operation. So for all the elements of array A, we have to perform bitwise operation with X. And what is that X? X is this one, this variable which is the part of given Q queries. So to understand it better, and this one, this range, that means this bitwise operation we need to perform for the range where I is in between L and R. So L and R is given as a part of various input of the Q queries. Okay, so here we can see in this example, here n is equal to 3, q is equal to 2, and here for these two queries where q is equal to 2, these two inputs have been given, where it is said that first query contains 3 integers, that is L, R and X. So these are the L, R and X. So 1 is L, 3 is R and X is 1 here. And for the second query, again this L and R is 1 and 3 and X is 2. So what we need to do, for I in the range between L and R, both L and R inclusive, we need to perform bitwise OR operation for all the elements which are falling in this range of 1 and 3. So here we can see, since we have in input it is given that 3 elements are there, and even the range is covering for all 3 elements. It is saying the starting from 1 up to 3. That means all 3 elements we need to perform bitwise operation. So first we will understand that what is the resultant of bitwise operation, what we do for any, that means the resultant of the bitwise operation. So for that, this is the table which I have created. Here it is said, if both the elements is 0, so the bitwise result is 0. In all other cases, the bitwise resultant will be 1, indicating that if either of the bits value is 1, so the resultant will be 1. Only in case where both the elements is 0, so the resultant will be 0. Okay, so keeping this only in mind, so let's try to see that how we are coming to this output through this diagram here, through this explanation which I have seen here, I have created here. So here it is said that for the first query it is 1 to 3. So the complete range is 1 to 3. So we need to perform bitwise operation for all 3 elements with 1. Initially the value of A is given as 0 for all the elements. For n is equal to 3, that means 3 zeros will be there in that array. So here we can see initially the value will be 0 as it is given. So now for all elements we need to perform bitwise operation with 1. So bitwise operation with of 0 and 1, it is here 1. So this value is 1. So after this operation, the value of A, that means the array will look like 1, 2, this 1, 1, 1, because the same operation we need to perform for all elements, because the range was given from 1 to 3. Second time, it is said that for again all element in the range 1 to 3, that means 1 and 3, we need to perform bitwise operation with 2. So how to represent 2 in binary? So we represent it as 1 and 0. So for all element of all these 3, so we represent this one with 0 and 1, since it had another bit here, so we added 0 here. So it was 0 and 1 and this one. So the resultant of this will be 0, 1 will be 1 and 1 and 0 will be 1. So here it will be 3. So the all elements, the resultant array will look like 3, 3 and 3. So that only is that resultant here. If we look at the second example, so here it is said n is again 3, q is again 2, but here we have to see the range here. Here it is said that unlike the previous example, here only first two numbers has to be done the bitwise operation with 1. So for this one, initially here also all the elements were 0. So we will do again bitwise operation with 1. So it will be 0 and 1. The bitwise operation value will be 1 here. So this one, but we are doing only for 1 and 2 because the range is given such. So the array will look like 1, 1 and 0. Second time here it will be bitwise operation for only third element. The range is starting from 3 and ending up to 3. So that means we have to do bitwise operation only for the third integer. So third element it was 0 here. So for that only we are doing bitwise operation. So for bitwise operation we need to do with 2. So for that 2 is there. So what will be the resultant output array? It will be 1, 1, which was from this one, and since we did bitwise operation only for the third element, so it became 2 here. So that only is the output here. So the way whatever I explained here, that only I'll write in the code as well. So let's start with our coding. It's a very simple one. So here what we'll do, we'll simply create int result array, and it will be new int array. Now simply we will start with our for loop with one value k is equal to 0, k less than q, that means the number of queries we have got, and k plus plus. Now we will initialize all three variables, that is L, R and X. So L will be, we are getting those Q queries from this double matrix, this 2D matrix of U. So for that one, what we will do, we will get it as U of K and 0. Since we are getting this one, first element is R, second element is first element is L, second element is R, and third element is X. So we will be fetching in the same sequence. Let me copy it thrice just to save time. So here it will be R, and here it will be 1, here it will be X, and here it will be 2. Now we have to perform this operation in this range of R and L and R for all the given value of A. That means for all the I satisfying this condition between L and R. So for that we will write another for loop for I, int I, that will be starting from L minus 1. It will go up to R. So I less than R, then I plus plus. Now here simply we will do result of I is equal to result of I OR operation with X. We had to do the OR operation of all the elements falling in the range of L and R with X. So that only we are doing here. So the reason for taking this L minus 1 here is that since here it has been given based on one based index, but while fetching in the code, it will be the first element will be in the 0th index. So for that reason only I am doing it as -1, and it will go up to R. It will not go up to equal to R. That means 1 less than R. So it will be index will be 0, 1 and 2. So for that reason it is done. And after this both the loops are done, we will simply return result. simply return result array. So that's it in this coding. So let's try compiling the code. Okay, so we need to specify the size of the this resultant matrix. So it will be n here. So here we can see we have got our output correctly. So now let's try submitting the solution. So here we can see it has passed all the test cases and this problem has been solved successfully. So I'll be providing the link of this question in the description box. Please check that. And that's all in this video. Please like, comment and share the video with your friends, and please subscribe to the channel for more upcoming videos. Thank you for watching.